Jordan. I am a DE Wrangler here at Creator Institute. And right now we're going to be talking about content indexes and how to kind of best use them throughout the cohort as an RE. So, as you can see, this is a student who has already been through the whole process. This was actually one of my writers that I had as a DE. Her book is currently out, so she's been through the system in its totality. So I just want to quickly kind of look at it because this is, I'm sure, what a lot of people are used to doing, but we want to kind of shift it a little bit for the next, cohorts. So as you can see, the bar here at the top has a lot of information in it. The goal for cohort 14 and beyond is to kind of get this section out of the content index. That isn't to say it's going away completely. These are all things that are being shifted elsewhere. So for example, these deadlines are going to be in a key dates message instead. And Calendly links are going to be in weekly messages instead. Things like the content index link is going to be in your messages to your writers and stuff like that. So a lot of this stuff is, sticking around, but just moving someplace else. And we're doing that mostly because this kind of clogs up the content index for the writer. And we want to make sure that the focus of these things, these content indexes, are the actual revision notes. It's just kind of how the writer is used to seeing things. And it just makes the process a little bit smoother. Because, for example, even just scrolling down that bar, it's kind of taking up a lot of space. And it's a little hard to read the actual revisions. So instead, you can, if you find it's crucial to have this information available to you, like ready to go, everything that's kind of like not something that's in a message that you send the writer or like in a key dates message or like one of those really important messages that we send out to the writer, you can just go ahead and put this stuff on your dashboard, like the dates and targets you can put on your dashboard, the updates room, AE feedback, anything that you think you want to have kind of at your fingertips. It'll be good to put that on your dashboard rather than the content index. And that's just to keep it so the author isn't really in charge of this kind of admin stuff. We really just want them to be focusing on the revisions and making sure their book is, ready to go and stuff like that. Additionally, this is kind of more of a small thing. As you can see, there are a couple hidden rows here. And the DE feedback has kind of been hidden. If you can, try not to do that. It'll be important for the writer to kind of see that feedback as they're going along. And just to have that as a reference point for the rest of the time that they're with us. Plus, you can always discuss this with your writer too. If they, want to have it hidden, if, they want to have it visual, stuff like that. That's a good conversation to have with your writer. So that's just kind of an overview of what we've been doing so far. And now we're going to go to a clean index just to kind of explain the new process. So as you can see, this is a pretty tidy chapters tab from a student from DE cohort 14. So they'll be heading into RE shortly. You'll notice that it still says ME over here. It's you guys, so don't worry about that. You'll be the one tagged here and stuff like that. But we really just want to focus on leaving the content index for, reviews. We want to make sure that the writer is using this as kind of a portal for giving you the reviews, for checking out how to do the reviews and the revisions and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we want to keep the indexes focused as. But these columns will work just how they always work for you. Once something is ready for you to look at, they'll tag you here. Your writer will tag you here. You'll check off the box, put in your review, and kind of go from there. But really the thing to do is focus on making sure this index is there to help the writer get the revisions done. It's really important for the writer to just have a place that's just for the writing. No admin stuff, no like extra program stuff. It's just the writing. And like I said, the other stuff over here is going to be, just things like this is going to be in the updates room. The primary kind of mode of communication is going to be through the updates room whenever possible. And that's just to keep everyone on the same page and, stuff like that. And for like extra things like writing tips or any of these restricted folders that I have here, you'll be working out of the RE documents library instead. So things like these, no need to give the writer stuff that they kind of don't really need to have their eyes on. Just go into the RE documents library, find what you need, make a copy of it, and send it over to the writer. It's a process that they're very familiar with. DEs kind of do that. And, as the first people kind of get the writer, we kind of set up a lot of routines for them. And they get a little jarred when things start looking a little different. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of going over what we used to do versus what we kind of want to aim to do, which is shifting a lot of this stuff into the appropriate communication channels, making sure things like your Calendly link is actually in your messages to your writers instead of on, this content index, and focusing pretty much purely on this green section here. Really just make the content index about the writing. No need to load it up with anything fancy. But yeah, that's really it. So good luck and enjoy the rest of training.